Hi everyone, welcome back to Widows Might. I am Nordia Dennis. Yep, it's been a long while since I've been on this channel, but while I'm here today, I'm just gonna share a word with you. Just one verse from the Bible, Matthew chapter 5 and verse 4 says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." So to me, here God is saying, don't worry, I got you. God says, mourn. And this is written a long time ago. So he knows death is a part of life. And he's saying, when these things happen, look to me. You will be comforted. One way or the other, God will send something, someone, a song, a word. I'm speaking for my own self. He just surprises me in so many ways when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling like back up against the wall. He just sends some word, some song, some good vibe from someone, and before you know it, I'm up. Not all the way up where I want to be, but I'm up, and that carries me for a little while. So his word is always sure. It's something we can rest on. I know that for a fact because I've lived it and I'm still living it. Yeah, I got to speak about God. I keep saying this. I've got to speak about God because God is who I know about. He's the one that's keeping me. He's my Father. That's what I believe in. That there's a greater source from which I came, and He's looking after me. He is looking after me. I mean, so many things have happened. Now it is February 2023, and I'm still here after so many things that's come and gone. So I'm grateful, I'm grateful. I am grateful. Yeah, so blessed are they that mourn, for they be comforted. So the word of God there, I'm just leaving it for someone right here on this platform. God said you will be comforted. So when you feel like, you're back against the wall, say, God, your word said in Matthew 5 verse 4, I will be comforted. I am ready and willing to receive the comfort that you have in store for me. God, this is a late night hour. Everybody's sleeping. Who can I call? Nobody. But you said you would comfort me. I'm ready and willing to receive that comfort right now. I've done it. It worked. So I'm just sharing it with you. This word right here, just that line, mourning. It can be mourning because of the loss of a loved one or for something else. It could be like something like a property or a business transaction. That's it. Something going on that you would consider that is a big loss, and you're sorrowful of it. You're feeling the pain of it. You're mourning about it. You're upset about it. But God said what? He will bring comfort. So whatever situation, it's not new. It's not surprising because it's written in the Bible. He knows that these things will happen, and he says, you will be comforted. So draw up on that as your source. Say, God, listen, you write the check long time. He says, I will be comforted. I'm here to withdraw that comfort right now. I could do with some comfort right now. Yep, cry if you want. I mean, when you're in your own space, listen, you can be real with God. You don't have to put on any show. He sees you. He knows you more than you know yourself. And he says you will be comforted. I take that word on board, and it has kept me. Now it's 3 years plus, almost going 4 years now since the passing of my loved one. Listen. Since the transition of my loved one. The other day I watched a movie and they say, oh, it's gone on to be with the ancestors. I love that. I love that saying. It's gone on to be with the ancestors. Of course. That's a better way to say it. Your loved one is gone on to be with the ancestors. Other than saying, oh, I'm dead. She dead. That it's too cold. Those are the words that we as human have come up with to explain why they're no longer here. Nah. And the more you say it, the more people bawl, the more they feel the pain. But if you give them that saying of they've gone to be with their ancestors, that takes away the loneliness, and that takes away the dead. They're not dead. They're still alive, but they're just not here. They're with the ancestors. They're not by themselves. They're not in a cold grave. Oh, They're still alive. They're with the ancestors. So they're with another bunch of people who love them, and they're probably having more fun than me on earth right now. And it's true, because we are a spirit. The body is the house that carries us on this earth. We have to live in it to get along and round and about on this earth. But if this body can't function anymore down here, then the spirit just goes back. I love that saying, and I'm going to start using that more now. They've gone on to be with the ancestors. I stopped using the word dead and started saying transition, because that just sounds better for me. Transition. And now I've heard, it's not the first time I've heard gone on to be with the ancestors, but somehow when I watched that movie, that boom right in here, I'm like, yep, I heard that. I'm going to use it now. I'm going to use it more now, because it makes more sense to me to say they've gone on to be with their ancestors. And it gives the person who have lost their loved one a little bit more assurance to say, guess what? They're still alive. They're just on the other side. They're just on the other side. And that's birth and death is all a part of life. Someone is gone out, somebody's coming in. And that's how the circle of life is. It's painful whichever way, really. If they're gone out too quick, or they live a long life and then they're gone. Whichever way they're gone is always going to be painful. Loss is loss. It's a cut off. You're not seeing them anymore to hug and to talk to and to laugh and have the fun with. But you can communicate. I say that from my own, everybody have their own thing to say. By just writing a note, or just praying and just mentioning them to God, and just talking, even just talking out, just releasing how you're feeling. Who's to say that they don't hear? Who's to say they're not hearing what you're saying? Just get it out your spirit. As long as you're not walking around talking like you're mad and make people start saying, oh, she's gone off, gone off her brain. But, just express yourself in writing or express yourself in prayer. Yeah? So remember, God says, I don't want to stay long. Let me just stop right there. God says that you will be comforted. So when you feel like you're back up against the wall, when you feel like in the midnight hour, like, my God, where are you? Matthew 5 verse 4 says you will comfort me. I could do that right now. That check is a blank check. I could put my name on it. Anybody can put their name on it. So I know the Dennis now. I'm ready to withdraw that comfort now, because I'm mourning. Hey, may this word encourage your heart. May this word uplift your spirit and make stick in here and remind you when you're down, God said you'll be comforted. And listen, it's not just one way He will send the comfort. I don't even remember if I said that already, but let me say it again. He will send it in many ways. He will send it in a song. He will send it in a word. He will send it in nature. You will just see something that just uplifts the spirit. I love nature. I see the birds dancing around, playing around. The squirrels running around doing their funny things, and it just, lively up my spirit. I hear the songs of the birds. I see the sky. I see some mark through the sky. I see the clouds shifting and doing patterns. Listen. There's so many things, if we look around, that can really encourage our heart if we look for it. That's me anyway. God always finds different ways to uplift us. And then you can just get a random call. Hey girl, hey you've been on my mind. God just make you pass through my mind. I just thought, let me call you. What's up? Long time. And you have a good conversation, your spirit build up. Yep. God said He will comfort you. He don't lie. His word live on forever. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that can testify about this. Anyway, people, I'm going to leave it right here. Just remember the word in Matthew 5 and verse 4. God said you will be comforted if you're mourning. And He always delivers on His promises. So, draw upon that when you're feeling low. God bless you. Until next time, if this word encourages you and you know someone that could be blessed by this, pass it on. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help me build this channel as I try my best to share my testimony to uplift, inspire, and encourage others. God bless. Bye.